Cool, cool, cool.
Okay.
Hey, and Anna's coming, but she wants to know how to get in. So let me find that.
That'll be easy. Okay. Well, it'll be 18.
Everybody. Hey. So my name is Amanda Rivera, about to be Amanda Renouf next year. I am a marketing agency owner, online business manager, and business systems coach. And so I really specialize in helping people get the freedom they set out to get when they started their business. So it's all about doing marketing in a more simpler way versus a more complex, pulling your hair out way, not the vibe. So today I'm going to be talking about different like sales pages you can have for your different offerings online. So as you know, your sales page or your website is your digital storefront. So this is a way for people on the internet can find out about your business, buy from you, and become a loyal subscriber to your work and to your services. And so today I'm going to dive really deep into sales pages, which is a subset of websites. Your website, think of it as like your digital portfolio, your online brochure, your home front of your business. Your sales page is specifically going to be a page for a specific offer, service, or product. So it's pretty much like the home front for any of your services, products, or offers. I'm going to go into some coaching style ones. So say like if you have like a free, I'm going to start with a free offer. I'm going to go into a paid offer, and then I'm going to go into e-commerce. So for anybody who is like, I'm not a coach, right? Or I'm not a service provider, but I sell products, I got you covered. I'm going to show you different ways we've done it in simpler ways that have actually increased sales. So all right, this is the 5-week Illuminate Your Money Shadow workshop. This was a free workshop that Galit hosted, and we had a really high turnout for this workshop. And so pretty much like how we structure any type of sales page, but especially for anything like free, like a lead magnet like this or vice versa, is we always have like a banner image, right? The second that somebody lands on your sales page, it's what we call above the fold. And above the fold means if they didn't scroll, if for whatever reason their mouse was broken, if for whatever reason someone told them, if you scroll, you're getting in trouble, right? Right? Would they be able to buy from you? Meaning, ask yourself, and you can do this self-audit on any of your sales pages, on any of your websites. If somebody was told they could not scroll for the life of them, would they still be able to know what your product is about, how it can help them, and where to buy? So this is what we did for her workshop. So it's a 5-week Illuminate Your Money Shadows workshop. So the heading is in big, bold font. And then the subheading is Release Your Money Shadows and Set Yourself Up for Total Financial Freedom in 2022. So if you hopped on this page, you would be like, oh, I get to release my money shadows, my money blocks, any blocks that's stopping me from making more money in my business. And I get to set myself up for total financial freedom. Awesome, no brainer. And then we have a quick CTA. So CTA stands for Call to Action, aka telling your person who landed on this page what it is that they get to do next. And we like to make CTA super simple. Some people will have a long CTA, which will have like a paragraph on a button. I don't recommend it. Just say something like sign up now, add to cart, get this freebie, send me the link. Yes, I want to sign up. Keep it simple, right? Keep it very, very simple. So we did a quick sign up now. As you scroll down beyond the header page, now you're getting into the body of the sales page. So now you're getting into really setting the scene for your ideal client. And what I like to call this section is the I understand you section. So the I understand you section is really about like helping people realize that, hey, I get where you're coming from. Hey, I get where your problems are. Hey, like I actually understand you, right? And so sometimes people might share like a personal story of something that they were struggling with here, or they might ask like really powerful questions around their ideal client, or they might set the scene. Like what we did was a set the scene, which was imagine being able to feel completely at peace when you pay bills and make purchases. Like imagine like feeling safe around money. Like, because that was when we like dove deeper into her ideal client and what they were struggling with, especially around this money shadows workshop, they were struggling with feeling safe around money. Like that was the demand angle, or that was like the real demand for them to sign up for this workshop. So a question, and this is something you can journal on with your audience, like, and write it as like a journal prompt question is, what is it that my client is struggling with? Like, if I was to have a heart to heart conversation with them right now, what are some things they would be struggling with? And then if you were to set the scene, state it as the opposite of that. So say like, for example, if your ideal client is for anybody who is, I don't know, doing relationship coaching or dating, or if somebody's selling, yeah, that'll be a good example. If somebody's doing like dating and coaching or whatnot, maybe your ideal client is tired of guys on Tinder, right? And it's like, I'm tired of swiping, right? So maybe you might say, imagine being able to be on a beautiful date across from a guy you're actually attracted to and where there's mutual respect there. Imagine, not having to spend hours swiping, right? And being able to feel like you finally met your match, right? So this is how you can play this into your business, is think of what your ideal client is desperately craving for, and then just paint the scene on like what they could have, right? And then we go into the introduction. So this is where you introduce your offer as the solution. So whether you are selling a digital product, whether you are selling, body butter, whether you are selling like coaching or services, whether you're selling marketing or whatever, you can then paint your service, your product, your offer as a solution. So, you can say like, for this one, we were like ready to illuminate the money shadows that have been blocking you from total financial freedom, right? They were craving total financial freedom. Well, join my 5-week Illuminate Your Money Shadows workshop, right? This is the solution. So you went from painting the scene to like, hey, we got the solution for you. And then you want to put a lot of buttons throughout your page. I'm a huge fan of, as you scroll, load up the buttons. Right? I love having multiple buttons because sometimes like you just want to think about your end user, you want to think about your client, like make it easy for them so that they don't have to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to a button, or they don't have to scroll all the way back to get to another button. Keep some like quote unquote park benches around for people to sit on or for people to click on, right? So nice join now button. And then this is what we call a what you'll learn section, right? So it's whenever you have like an offer, you might have like a what you'll learn section, you might have a what's included section, just these FAQs. Like think of the frequently asked questions like you get from your ideal client on any of your offers. And that's kind of how you want to structure your sales page. So if you're always getting clients asking like, wait, when's the date, or when does this start, or like, what am I actually going to learn in this? Like what's included? Put that on your sales page. Your sales page will be able to answer these questions, and so that they're able to make an informed decision without you always having to jump in and like answer it for them. So what you'll learn in the 5 weeks together, I love to have these power statements on sales pages where you restate what the offer is and you restate like the promise of it, like what they can expect, like painting the scene for them again. So we said this is a 5-week nervous system friendly coaching experience to help you shine a light on your money shadows so you can step into your most prosperous self in 2022. So restating why they need to sign up for that. Then we broke it down into modules. So you could either teach it into like weekly trainings, like this is what we're teaching each week. You could teach it into modules. So if anybody's doing a digital course, right, you could say module 1, you'll learn this. Module 2, you'll learn this. Module 3, you'll learn that. How I like to break it down for these different modules or weekly trainings is having like a really juicy headline for each training and then having a sub headline that explains it that's equally as juicy. So what do I mean by that? Say like, for example, week 1, we said 2021 in money shadow review, right? Think of, I want you to get into your creative zone and think of yourself as like, you're about to create this epic movie poster, right? You're not going to just say, oh, this one we talk about money shadows and then keep it boring, right? You're going to flavor it up, right? 2021 in money shadow review, looking back at the year and figuring out what has gone well and what hasn't financially, what needs to change you to feel better. We even played around with like bite-size your goals, you know, fun ways to like just add some more personality and flavor to the languaging on your sales page, right? Because the internet is very noisy. The internet is very, very noisy nowadays. And you don't want to look like a basic Becky, right? You want to show your personality in your content. You want to put yourself out there. People really connect with your personality and they connect with like what it is that you have to share in your unique way. So this is the what you'll learn section, breaking it down. We also had a frequently asked questions section. So when does the challenge start and finish? What will I have access to by choosing to participate? Then you have your meet your financial sharktress, all of that jazz. And then you finish out, and so with the meet your financial sharktress section, you might put, you know, a picture of yourself, and then you might put, you know, a quick bio about yourself. And then you finish off with ready to heal your money shadows, you know, ready to blank, blank, blank. And then another CTA join now. So this was the teachable version of this site. So I just wanted to show you it on Teachable because it's like really easy to use. You can recreate it there. If you wanted to see it on Money Shadows Workshop on a WordPress site, this is what it would look like on a WordPress site. So similar setup in terms of like what we were showing, just better design. So same thing like how we were showing it over there, where you have the multiple buttons. But I wanted to show it on Teachable first, so then nobody feels like intimidated or overwhelmed in terms of design. You can do a sales page. Anybody can do a sales page. So this is kind of like how we were able to like design it up, make it pop in terms of what we did. But same thing in terms of the buttons and the setup. All right. So next, this is for like a group program. So I'm going to show you this thing called countdown timers. This is your best friend when it comes to like group programs, or it comes to any type of offer where you are really trying to get people in before a certain time. So sales pages or any type of offer you're selling online, you want to have urgency. You want to have urgency. You want to have urgency over and over and over again. Urgency. What's urgency online and what's urgency when it comes to marketing? Urgency is pretty much inspiring your person to sign up now versus a year from now versus 20 years from now, right? It's encouraging your client the second they land on your sales page to buy your offer now versus to wait at another time. If you don't have urgency on your sales page, you're literally saying, "Hey, you can buy my product whenever you want. Yay, whenever." And the thing is, a lot of people like to procrastinate or they get distracted or they might have a lot going on and then they might forget to come back to your site to buy from you. Versus when you have urgency, it encourages that person to take an action now and to say like, hey, this isn't going to be around like in a year from now, or this isn't going to be around like there's only X amount of spots left, or this offer is increasing, right? The price is doubling soon, or a bonus is expiring, or if I want to get the buy one get two free deal, I need to sign up before Monday, right? And purchase it by Monday. That's what we call urgency. It encourages somebody to buy now versus at a later time. So on this page, one of the biggest things I see on sales pages is you gotta be loud about your urgency. Like, so sometimes people will write it in like really tiny font where like people can't see it, or they like write it only once and then assume that the person saw it. Like we said, like put yourself in like your ideal client's shoes. They're busy, right? Like they're busy, busy, and they might get distracted. So having any type of urgency and making it loud really helps them to not miss it. So we had it at the top. So this is like really good in terms of like last chance, prices are doubling soon. This is very similar in terms of like having the title, having the subheading, and then just making the urgency very loud. So like enroll now before the price doubles. And then same thing, like you might talk about like the offer. Something I like to do, and this is just like a little side thing, is sometimes I'll see people say a 10-week program. I like to be very specific. So whether you're selling a product, a service, or whatever, always be specific on exactly like what you're selling. So this is a 10-week group coaching program. It's a body butter. It's a like be very descriptive of what the actual product or the offer is. And then have images that like encompassate like what you're selling, encompass what you're selling, and then I'm a huge fan of like playing around with different fonts sparingly, not overkilling it, but just to like prep it out. And so this is the same thing. This is setting the scene, right? Describing like where they were at and where they want to go next. And then showing some testimonials, right? And so what's really popular in the online space right now is showing screenshot testimonials. So if you can grab a screenshot of any of your testimonials, this is what a screenshot testimonial looks like. That's even better because you can't fake a screenshot testimonial. Video testimonials are still very popular as well. Same thing. So if you want to kind of like up level like your testimonial game on your sales page or on your website, screenshots are great for that. It just adds so much more authenticity to your reviews and to your offers. And it's really easy. You're just grabbing a screen grab of like what somebody sent over to you or how they describe your product or service. And then this has a lot of screenshots. And then sometimes like You'll go into like more stories or like describe the offer. And also too, if as you guys are seeing all these countdowns, if you're like, okay, this is cool, but how do I build that onto my page, or how do I even make that work? This is a tool called Deadline Funnel. So it's called deadlinefunnel.com, where you can literally add it to any of your pages. If you have, I believe Kartra might have it built in. ClickFunnels definitely has these buttons and alert bars built in. But if for whatever reason your sales page does not have, or website software does not have this built in, you could use a tool like Deadline Funnel to have these alert bars and to build these in. And what's cool about Deadline Funnel is you'll be able to sync it with your email. So say like if you send out an email and are like, I want the same countdown in that email so that when they come to this page, it's all synced. You could do that with Deadline Funnel. And then same thing. So we might have like a introducing yourself section and how you've helped people, what's included, like physically what's included in the product, all of that stuff, like little snapshots. You know, if you have any bonuses, you might link that up, bullet out what's included, all of that good stuff. And then there you go. And then that's pretty much very similar in terms of sales page setup. And then a key thing as well is always at the bottom of your sales page, you want one final call to action to your offer, so that if somebody is at the bottom of the sales page and they're like, yeah, I'm ready to join, I'm sold on this, you want to make it easy so they don't have to scroll up. They just click. So that is the coaching service provider sales page stuff. I'm going to jump in to e-commerce. So if we have any e-commerce entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are selling products, this is going to be for you. So I'm going to show you the simple one first, and then a more complex one. So this is Empower Body Love. So this was built on Shopify. Shopify is great for e-commerce. Same Etsy if you are selling like individual crafts and want to use their search engine. But Shopify, you have more control over your website and all of that. So this is Empower Body Love. This is one of my friends / clients. A little e-commerce site. She just wanted something simple in terms of just like getting it up there and being able to sell her body butters. She was doing this all manually, and she got to a point where she was like, I can't handle collecting all the shipping information and trying to sell this stuff myself. I'm just going to build a Shopify site. And so this is a simple Shopify site that converts really, really well. And I wanted to show this because you don't always have to have the most heavily designed site or the heavily designed sales page for it to convert, right? Sometimes as business owners, we could spend so much time designing and tweaking and trying to make stuff perfect, thinking that's what is inspiring our clients to sign up or not. But in reality, it's just having these certain elements on your sales pages or websites that really inspire them to sign up. So we have like the title of her business here, and there's only 3 site pages on this entire website. There's a shop page, about page, and then a contact page. And that's it. And that's it. Because the whole intention of this website is to make sales. And so the more pages we add, the more it detracts from sales. At the end of the day, she has it hooked direct. So when you get to the site, it goes straight to the shop page because the focus is sales. If somebody wants to know more about her, she has the about page. If somebody needs to personally contact her for something, she has the contact page. This is a very simple, highly converting e-commerce site that's straight to the point. It leads straight to a shop page. There is no home page. It's a shop page. It's like, bye. And so very simple. And so she has these like simple images in terms of her offers. She doesn't have like a huge product suite. She has like 4 different versions of her signature body butter. You can literally click on one of these, add to cart. It has some simple description of her offer. It also has a you may also like section. And that's pretty much it. It's very bare bones and simple. Her about page is where she goes more into the heart around why she started this business. So for anybody who's doing any type of e-commerce business, it's really, and businesses in general, like people want to hear why you're doing this. Like people want to hear your origin story. Like what inspired you to do this? Like they want to hear the heart, your bigger mission behind what you do, because that inspires people to be on board with your mission and to feel like they're part of a movement. And so for her, she really cares about like body positivity. And so her doing this body butter is an act of body positivity and body love. And so that's where she came up with her business, Empower Body Love. So her name is Emily Power. You break it down, it's Empower. So the first EM in her name, last name Power. So Empower connects, and then Body Love. So that body positivity with her body butter business. And so now when she's showing up on social media, when she's showing up at vendor events, she's talking about her mission. And when she's at a vendor event, she just pulls up her site, says go to Empower Body Love. It brings them straight to the shop page to buy from her. So her mission, her messaging is heavily on social media. It's on her about page, but when people go to her site, they're going straight to buy from her because they've already been warmed up on social. They've already been warmed up at the vendor fair when they got connected with her. And then just a simple contact page, right? If any like journalists reach out or anybody asks to do a collab, there's a contact page to handle that. And then last one, so this is Shop Holistic Gems. So this is, let me just move this over here. So this is specifically around like holistic gummies, and she specializes in sea moss. So she really believes in the power of like sea moss and its healing properties. And so she created this business called Holistic Gems to really be able to bring holistic health and wellness to a wider community. So making it a bigger conversation beyond just like affluent communities. And so for her, it was just creating this brand where people are able to make this a part of your everyday life, making it holistic wellness a lot more casual. And so for her, it's a similar setup. It's like a 3-page shop. She wanted to have like more design in terms of like having her offers front forward. So when you go straight to her site, you could directly buy from her, pre-order, or figure out exactly what's out there, the featured collection, so people can buy. But as you'll notice, it is very buying centric first. So if you're in e-commerce, the second somebody lands on your site, they should be able to buy from you and be able to know of any special offers if you're offering any special offers. For this, especially if you're offering something in the health and wellness space, really breaking down like ingredients or the benefits of those ingredients are super, super helpful. And then same thing, she goes behind like the brands, like the main values, the story behind the brand, and really just creating like the heart of it. And then you could go to a shop page, and you're able to get all the info, and then a contact page, so a simple contact page. And then that's pretty much it. The main thing when it comes to I'll stop share. The main thing when it comes to sales pages or even putting your offers online in any type of way is just connecting like your value and your offers value to your ideal client, and really just being aware of like what is it that they need to hear, what is it that they need to express, and just showing your offer, your product, your service as the solution. It's saying, hey, I hear you, I see you, I know where you're at, and my product and my offer is the solution. So do you have any questions or anything that's coming up after that presentation?
Hey Amanda.
Hi.
Hi, this is Neva. I just wanted to ask for tips because I'm going to start an affiliate page
Okay.
in my website. So what do you think should be front and center? I know it's also sales centered, but it's not quite e-commerce because it's passive income. So
Mhm.
what would be your recommendation?
Got it. Okay. So in terms of like any type of affiliate setup, so usually what's good about affiliates is they'll usually have their own sales page, and then you'll have like the URL attached to it. So you have it easy because you don't really have to do much in terms of like designing the sales page. But let's just say hypothetically, they only give you the link to the product, and now you have to create like a sales page or an offer to like promote it. How I would kind of break it down is simple is better, meaning like um I would have like the alert bars, like kind of how we were showing at the top with the urgency. So say like if you're doing it for the affiliate product where there's only a limited amount of spots. So you might say like 50 spots left, or like you might say like last chance to get it before the price doubles. Have some sort of urgency for people to buy the offer. What's great also about affiliates is you could do special bonuses. So meaning like, because Marie Forleo does this a lot for B School. So say like you might create like a little digital workbook and say, if you buy by Friday of this week, you'll get a free digital workbook from me in addition to this product. And it's still passive. So it's encouraging them to buy through your affiliate link versus somebody else's affiliate link because you're adding something extra. So definitely have that urgency at the top, and just make sure that you have the name of the program promise. So the program promise is like what the client can expect to achieve out of this program and in what time frame, and then a button to buy. And then if you have any testimonials from that product, put it on that page, especially when you're selling for somebody else. It's good to have like testimonials because it just helps with that no like trust factor. But I would do it simpler and then go heavier in email and Instagram, and like really promoting and sharing your story around why, because you're advocating for this offer.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
that
got it.
helps a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excited for you. Affiliates is fun. Cool. Any other questions?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Can you talk a little bit more about how to support these sites with your social media and email?
Yeah. Okay. So the mindset, like the best mindset to adopt when it comes to promoting anything is, I like to think of your sales page and an order form page as the place where the payment happens, and your social media content and email content is the place where the conversion happens. So let me break that down. What does that mean? So in your Facebook posts or Instagram posts or your TikTok videos or whichever, like you're sharing stories, you're sharing testimonials, you're handling objections, you're talking about the program over and over again, you're encouraging them to sign up. By the time they go to click on your sales page or click on your order form, they should be already pre-sold, meaning like they want to buy from you. And so that's why, like, when we set up the sales pages in a certain way, we make sure to have that button at the top, because there are going to be people who are like, I'm ready. Your content warmed me up so much. I want to buy. And so what I'd recommend is to go heavier on your Instagram and email content, and then just keep directing them to that link to buy. So so pretty much your strategy online is content plus link, content plus link, content plus link, content plus link, over and over and over again. Don't be afraid to oversell online. It might seem like you're selling a lot. They're like, I'm talking about my offer in every post. They must be annoyed. They're not. Facebook is only showing so many posts on the algorithm. Um, like it's good to put your offers out there. Yes, you want some engagement posts, like some posts where you're not talking about the offer just to boost up the algorithm a bit, but it's really good to just be consistently talking about your offer. Like back in the old days, they used to say somebody needed to hear about your offer 7 times to make a sale. It's not 7 times anymore. It's like double that. It's like at least 14 times before they really like decide to like buy, just because the internet is very noisy, and like they need to have multiple touch points from you. Does that answer it?
That is so key. Thank you.
Yay! Yes, it is. And we can be a lot bolder too. Like don't be shy about promoting your offers. Like your what's the word? It's like there's a church word where it's like not that you're the advocate of your brand, but I don't want to say Messiah of your brand. You're not the Messiah of your brand. I'm trying to find a good word for it.
Evangelist.
Evangelist. Think of good word. Yeah. Think of it as thank you. Think of you're an evangelist of your business. You're an evangelist of your brand. You are inspiring people to join your movement. If you could think of your business as a movement and connect it to a bigger mission, selling is going to be so much easier for you, because you're not going to have any of this weird energy of like, oh, I'm being too salesy, or oh, I'm talking about my offer too much, or any of that stuff. Instead, you're going to have a mindset of like this is a movement. Like we need to get people involved. Like this is going to change people's lives. Like it's something bigger than you. Like for the work I do, I'm really passionate about helping people get the freedom they set out to get when they started their business. Like my ideal client is burnt out AF entrepreneurs, like people who are exhausted, they're tired, they're done with putting in 12-hour days in their business. They've been hustling for years and they just want to be able to live their life, right? They're seeing their life pass them by, right? They're missing birthdays, they're missing like Christmases, they're like not even present with their loved ones, and they don't want to live like that anymore. And so they hire my agency, or they'll go through coaching and memberships to simplify their business and be able to be more profitable without having to give their whole life to their business. Yes, I build websites. I build WordPress websites, Wix, Kartra, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, you name it. I probably built a website on it. My first agency was a self-hosted WordPress agency. back in 2013. So I've been in the online space since 2013. Cool. And I do all the marketing behind it too. Make that website profitable. Awesome. Perfect.
And then what would you, I guess, I mean, I have a million personal questions because I love your work. You like gave me this permission to be a business owner that doesn't have to control everything, which is why you're great. And so I guess currently what I'm doing, my question is live events. Like, would you say it's the same outline, the same framework as like the one you showed us of Galit's 5-week thing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. For live events, I would definitely replicate that one.
Okay.
So that was like a really high converting live event sales page. So very good vibe for it. Because we kind of like branded it almost like a free course, right? And so people wanted to jump in, they wanted to get involved, they wanted access to it before it became like a paid offer. So the main thing is like the rule of thumb, like 2022 marketing is how are you creating urgency around whatever you're putting out there? So whether it's a paid program, a free program, like create some hype around it. Like you are the evangelist, you're the hype person behind your thing. Like why should somebody sign up today versus 2 years from now versus like 3 months from now? Like it's the urgency vibes.
And is there, I mean, this is what I'm always tweaking, and I'm your ideal client. That's why I hired you.
Yay.
Is there some kind of, I don't know, template or sentence stem to get those urgent? Because sometimes I feel like a steamroller with my pain points where people are like, I don't want to, that's painful to think about, versus like what you had with Imagine felt a little bit more like, it felt like lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I know your biggest wound, we're going to work with it. Because that's really,
Yeah.
I'm with people, I don't work that way, but I think that a lot of my posts are so wound focused that it's off-putting.
Yeah, I think like it the type of language you use attracts the type of client that it's going to attract. So meaning when you talk to people's wounds, you're attracting a disempowered client. So a client, yeah, so you're attracting a client who might be still in victim mode, might feel like they're not capable, might feel like they're like blamey, like shamey, like, and for some people, like maybe if you're doing any type of therapy work online, or for some people who, maybe mindset coaches or vice versa, like maybe that is their ideal client. And so maybe they're strategically having to speak to them in that way. But for a lot of people, like you want an empowered client, you want a client that has a lot of gratitude, that's excited, that's like focused on like their desires, right? Then you need to speak in that language to attract that type of empowered client. Like an empowered client who has a can-do attitude would be like turned off by somebody who's has like, shamey, disempowered languaging. So imagine like language works really well in terms of like setting the scene and like, imagine what it would be like if you had this, or imagine what it would be like if you had that, or awesome. And then I'll drop I'll drop that there. Okay, cool. And then cool. So you want to be careful with how you're talking to your audience. And so some ways you can help do that so that you're attracting like the ideal client you want is speak to their desires. Here's some examples in terms of like what you could physically do. You could say like, imagine being able to feel confident on YouTube videos and like, give talks left and right without feeling bright red shy, maybe if your ideal client is struggling with being very shy or something, imagine being able to get picked on in the company meeting and not go into freak out, imagine being able to um, ask for that raise that you want from your boss without worrying about getting fired over it, like just think about different things that they are struggling with and just paint it with a lighter brush.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I can't, I mean, I think like, oh, maybe there's other words for imagine, but you just used it a bunch of times and it didn't feel repetitive.
Yeah.
I love that. Because I think the story changes, like ask for that raise or ask a woman out to dinner. Like I've been focusing on men lately. Yeah, okay, great. That just gave me so much.
Yay. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Well, I work with newborns and their moms around breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm selling calm, and I detest the urgency of the current internet space.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do respond to it at times, right? If there's something I want and it's going to be more expensive later, a course that I take.
Mm-hmm.
But I want, the thing is the urgency is on their side already.
Yep.
People expecting a baby. Sadly, most people don't call when they're expecting on it. They wait to have a problem later. So that's something I'd like to work on, having more people call in advance, even a little bit in advance, or just early, recognizing that I could transform their already pretty okay situation with their newborn in the first days of life to magical.
Mm. Ooh. Okay. So what I'm hearing is,
Love that idea.
yeah, your ideal client already.
Is that Shane? Who's sitting next to you, Reva?
Yes.
Aw.
You're not in the video at all. You know that, right?
No.
Hey,
So it's
like,
really fun in Jamie's house. I'm Reva over here.
yes, I know. I know you're Reva.
Here, our faces.
Aw.
Hi, Shane. Still working it.
Oh, it's this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm hearing is the urgency happens after like the the pot has already steamed over, where they're like, I need you like now, versus maybe what you can play around in your marketing a bit more is talking about like what the benefits of why you need to start thinking about this now, and paint the picture of like, hey, most of my clients realize, oh shit, I needed you like 3 weeks ago after the fact.
That's
And
true.
I'm just giving you the heads up on that now. Like, start looking now, because you don't want to have that experience 3 weeks after the fact, you
Right.
want the first couple of weeks of you with your baby to, to be this special experience, not to be, whatever experience that they're experiencing in that moment.
It's not eating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Until you can't sleep about it.
exactly. Like you don't want it to get to the point of that extreme push. And you can speak to on, if you're connecting it to a bigger mission too, you can speak to how, our culture encourages us to hustle and push until we break. And you could speak about how the greatest act of self-love, or the greatest lesson, or the greatest like next chapter we could really teach our daughters is to not wait until we break, right? So that's a conversation you could be having that would be super powerful and would definitely hit home.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that's a worldwide conversation, especially women entrepreneurs need to hear, is you don't have to break to get help. You could get the help before you break.
So I feel like as an expecting mom, you don't know what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You want, so maybe it's also in like the marketing of getting to the people that are expecting instead of people who have already had a baby, because you know you have this urgency and you're scared, but you don't know what's out there for help. Like you don't know that could actually resources that could help you.
Yeah.
Truth.
There's somehow, well, my focus is really helping people see and appreciate who the newborn is. But lactation folks are only called when there's a breastfeeding problem. The bigger problem is they need help recognizing who this person is. So yeah, but I hear you. And of course, labor looms very large in the expectant first timer. And they do tons of preparation for labor. And then they just fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, there's not much. I mean, a smaller minority of people call in advance. Like tonight, I had someone call who's due in 3 weeks. And, you know, that's just really rare and fantastic. That's the best. That's my ideal.
That's a post right there. You could literally go live or do a post on what you just said. Like talking about like how exciting it is that she reached out 3 weeks early, and just talk about, you know, this potential client and like what she's going to experience now because she reached out early.
Yeah.
A lot of our posts can be about like our personal life or like the experiences that are happening in our business. Like that right there, if you did a post on that, you would probably get a bunch of people thinking, oh heck, actually, yeah, I should reach out, you know?
I might need someone like you.
Aw.
You know, that might be helpful at this time. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
need more clients, but I also need more time because I'm writing finally.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think we're all glad you're here.
Yeah. And you need help marketing your book when it's ready.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to live forever.
Good.
So it's weird.
No.
Not good for a procrastinator. Well, but, you know, they have a lot of time. So yeah. So
yeah, and
I'm not in social media the way you are. I'm barely there, but I like connecting with young people for whom it's just a normal space and language. You know, I know that's where they are. That's what they're doing while they're trying to breastfeed. They're checking their social media, you know.
Yeah.
I would like them to look at the newborn because there's a huge amount to learn there. And of course, that's what he wants is connection. So, you know.
A lot of these, what you're saying, I'm just hearing a bunch of posts like on topics that you could be sharing. Because the thing is too, especially online, is a lot of it is just sharing your story and talking about your offer. Sharing your story and talking about your offer. Sharing your story and talking about your offer. I think the online space does a huge disservice to entrepreneurs in terms of making it more complicated than that. You know, a lot of like what you're sharing, because it's so powerful, just how you talk about, you know, your business. Like if you literally had the camera on, you know, well, you could take video clips of what you just said. Like, there you go. That's social media content.
Huh. Well,
We are recording this, so.
Yeah, there you go. Grab those video clips.
Yeah.
Put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I know, like just pay someone to do it. Like, you know, that's what I did. That, you know, I hired Amanda and my assistant because I didn't want to do it myself.
I hear you. I hear you. And I
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
to happen, right? Really
Yeah.
soon. Shane, it's awfully disturbing not to be able, yeah.
I know. I love your face. I want to be close to you.
But
Aw.
I mean, we've only seen like this much of you.
I know. It's not that dark here, but it's an overhead light. So
No, it's where you're sitting. You're just off.
That
At least
too.
on my, yeah.
I'm just like,
Go watch the recording.
hearing
Of course,
you.
you're on screen a lot.
Yeah.
Even if not in this meeting. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's time. Time to move forward with some of this.
I know
It has to be tasteful. I'm literally against the urgency.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd have to be skillful about it because I don't want to add to or create more urgency. In fact, the opposite.
Mm.
I want them to be able to breathe with the baby.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it sounds like in terms of the urgency you would create. So those were kind of just like general examples of urgency. Urgency comes in all shapes and forms. Like, so for your clients, their urgency is kind of like date specific because they're only going to have a newborn for so long, right? So that's an urgency in and of itself. Like they come with their own urgency. But what I'm hearing for you is just creating that urgency in your content before they get to the point that they have a breaking point.
right.
So for you in your case, maybe it would be more focused around like really talking about the benefits of scheduling ahead of time.
Yeah, that's
And
really,
that's an urgency of itself. And that's what we would call a soft urgency. So a more feminine flow urgency versus like a more masculine in your face urgency. Because that's pretty much what I'm hearing is like the
mm,
the more like masculine urgency doesn't vibe with you, but the more feminine urgency vibes with you.
yeah. So, I hope we can watch this over, Riva, or whoever's, doing it, because there's a lot to think about.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love
It's going to be
to.
recorded. It is recorded and it's going to be up on our YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
All right. And then Amanda, is there, you have, I don't know what you're offering right now. I know you were just filling an amazing group program, but if you want to share how people can be in touch or, I mean, we'll share your links and stuff, but yeah, anything you want to close with to offer.
Yeah, for sure. So you can stay connected with me at Expansion with Amanda on social media. So it's Expansion with Amanda on all social media channels. If you want to hire my marketing agency, it's inspiremeamanda.com/marketing services. You could go to inspiremeamanda.com. It'll all be right there. I'm rebranding to Expansion with Amanda. So if a year from now you type in Inspire Me Amanda and it's not there, it'll then be expansionwithamanda.com. So in the process of that, but you can see my marketing services there. I am actively promoting this program, 6-month one-on-one mentorship program, which is called Waitlist Queen. So if you want to learn more about how to sell online but aren't ready for any of my marketing retainers, that would be the best program for you because you'd be able to get coaching from me in terms of your business, of like next steps to take, launch strategy, all of that jazz. You wouldn't have like my agency doing it for you, but you'd have me in your back pocket coaching you and mentoring you and really guiding you step by step what to do in your business to hit your launch goals.
Oh.
Cool.
Great. Well, I just want to say I said it before, but I'll say it again. I'm so happy to refer you and you've helped me so much in my business and, getting my book published and having the launch never would have happened. If you say, Shane, order the books today. And if you don't do it, you can do a second review or something like whatever it was. I wouldn't have got that all done.
Aww, Got me
glad
all
to hear
emotional
you.
over here.
Yeah. Exactly that day, if I didn't order it, I would have been doing book launches with no book in front of me. So you were the perfect fire, the joy. Like, it's really a pleasure to have you and share you here.
Aw, the feeling is mutual. Love you all.
Yeah, so thank you for showing up, and then we'll share this with all of our members. And yeah, if you're ever excited or want to share, we have a Facebook group that you can post in, if you know, or I'll post your stuff in there. And yeah, thank you for coming.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Hmm?
This was great. Thank you.
All right, let's give her some finger love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's take a picture. Let maybe, because we have some.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
gallery.
okay.